years ago, I began to hear about Harry Horgan and Shake-a-Leg up in Rhode Island, as more and more of my patients from Miami would travel up there for this spectacular summer camp he started. And finally, around 1990, I decided to make him an offer he couldn't refuse. And I said, how would you like to do those wonderful things 12 months of the year instead of 3 months? And next thing, he was down here, and Shake-a-Leg Miami was born. Shake-a-Leg, it's everything that makes me sane in the world right now, and I work very hard as a physician, and Shake-a-Leg gives me a reality check and reminds me every day of how grateful I am to be healthy and to be fortunate to be able to get up and walk where I go and do what I want to do when I want to do it. So it puts the world in perspective for me, and not many people are fortunate enough to have such an equalizer and a reality check.
We came down and we ended up hooking up with the city of Miami, presented the concept, and they embraced it, and the program was launched in 1990. And water, it's a medium that we're all equal. Once you get on the water, you know, it's you and Mother Nature, and with the proper equipment, attitude, and community support, anything's possible, and we're showing that that's happening. When we started the program, it was predominantly for people with disabilities. But as we were taking people with disabilities out on the water, the youth groups were coming to us and saying, hey, if you can take out the handicap, can you take out our people? And we said, sure, and you know, it just began to build. So we really starting our term of disability went from physical and developmentally disabled folks to kids with physical, developmental, and economic challenges.
Maureen and I qualified back in October in Rhode Island. They had the U.S. Olympic trials, and we won the trials, so we're already qualified to go to Beijing in 2008 here, and we're here basically tuning and training and sailing preliminary events on the road to China. The first time I came down to Miami to sail in a disabled race was here at Shake-a-Leg, and that was in 2004. And I've been back to Miami every year since because, you know, it's great weather in January and good sailing and a lot of camaraderie. And it's one of the premier events that the U.S. hosts for Olympic sailing.
And people with all kinds of challenges, even financial challenges, and people that don't ever dream about propelling their own boat or competing against the kid who lives next door who doesn't have challenges, they can compete and they can win. New friendships are forged. But the most important thing, I think, is to really put the world in a real perspective of how every day is a blessing and a gift.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with what we've been able to create, but I never envisioned the impact it would have on individuals' lives.
When I was on a boat, I just fell in love with it. It's my passion. It saved my life, it saved many people's lives. It was our sense of belonging, it's an achievement. My friends were suicide before they found Shake-a-Leg. We redirected their lives, now they've got purpose of life. It's a wonderful family, Shake-a-Leg. Somebody seems to blew out her chest here. You have to be smart enough to beat other people. Depends on your brain, not your brawn.
Sailing's been great. And one, I'm a quad, so I don't like the cold weather, so it's beautiful to be down here. Gets you out of the wheelchair, out of bed. I mean, you're out on the water. One of the great things about sailing is you can sail against anyone. The boats don't care if you're disabled or not. And you can be just as competitive as anyone. And it's really uplifting.
Shake a leg means a lot to me. I think that many times in the course of a lifetime or in the course of a week, perhaps not many times, but often one can feel a little bit, you have a pain here or you feel it hurts here. You come down to shake a leg and you look around, and I mean, you can't complain about anything. I can't certainly complain about anything in my life. So what we try to do is we buy a fleet of those boats for people to come here and use them and train free of charge. That's the whole idea, is free of charge. We don't charter anything or lease anything. It's all meant to be free for the disabled sailor.
Shake a Leg is it's a community center, and it is for everybody, and it's a place where everybody's welcome. I mean, we have a focus because you know, we're on the water, and the water traditionally in our culture has been seen as an elite sport. Only elite part of the population have access to it. So of course, as a community center and a gateway to the Bay, we do like to focus on the children from the inner city, the people that have you know, financial challenges, and people with disabilities. You know, that's very dear to our heart. But really, Shake a Leg is for everyone, and it's a community center that is all inclusive, because that's really what makes up our communities.
And that's what Shake a Leg has become, an environment for everyone, with the main focus of helping those less fortunate. And I'm just proud to be able to launch a boat and a dream every once in a while.
It's so important for this organization that we have volunteers. Right now we have about 300 active volunteers, and they range from young kids, teenage mentors, all the way up. I think our oldest volunteer is Art Levin, and he's 92. So there's lots to do, and it's really, really critical. They play a really important role in our organization.
The word spiritual means anything to anybody, this is the place. And people of all sizes and shapes. We serve children and adults with physical and developmental and financial challenges. And if you think about that, it includes the whole world.
A lot of life in general is a mental game anyway, and I think without the sailing aspect, you know, I might have been already long gone.
When we started Shake a Leg, the dream was just to create a place where people can come and enjoy, and we started with a boat. We came down one boat, and one boat led to 4 boats, and now we have a fleet of probably close to 100 boats on site. We started originally, had 9 people in a program. Now we have 12,000 people coming through this facility, with 200 kids a day that come here just from the school programs. So the momentum is growing, and it's all fueled by people wanting to help others, and then those wanting to help themselves. So it's we're a living, growing organization, and we want to reach out to those people that want to get involved in a movement of helping those less fortunate and using this environment to do it. So come on, one and all, come on down and go for a sail with us.